Hi, it's Paul Stevens from Bootstrap Local Marketing. I want to just provide a quick preview of what's included in the bridge closure marketing workshop that I'm holding at the Civic Center Monday, December 14th at 7 o'clock. We're asking for a $50 donation basically to go to the Hastings Historical Society. No other cost than that. And $50, of course, isn't a small sum. I know for a fact that the information that's going to be delivered is worth far more than that. But I thought I better provide some examples of why you might want to consider coming to the workshop and paying that money. I've created a training course. It's about 7 hours long. It's basically how a small business can wind up with their own online marketing department. And I have taken 2 modules from that training, and that's what I'll be delivering for the bridge closure workshop. It's extremely important stuff. What I've taken is some of the basic things that are critical to assisting a small business getting found online. Now here's the modules for the larger expanded workshop, but what I'm going to be talking about is mastering keywords and also online directories. There's a lot of businesses that don't show up online when people go looking for things. I'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. These 2 modules, keywords and online directories, are essential if you want to get found online. You can forget about having websites and video marketing and all the rest of it. If you don't use keywords properly in terms of your online marketing, and if you are not listed in directories, you are just not going to get found. I want to show you what I mean. You need to know how people are going to find you online, and believe it or not, you may very well be listed there, whether you know it or not. If your business shows up in the phone book, then there's a yellow page directory listing for you. There's probably also a gold book directory listing for you. But those listings do not necessarily say everything about your business. Here's perfect examples. Looking at Google, if I was new in the area, I've moved in from Toronto, sold my place, maybe I'm going to be retiring, maybe I'm moving in closer to the kids, maybe I just want to have a less expensive and less hectic lifestyle, then I could move up here in the Trent Hills area or Norwood or Warkworth. And if I did, I wouldn't know anybody. If I want to find a service, what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to go online. I'm not likely to pick up a phone book. I won't even have a phone book when I move in here. So something as simple as car repair. If I put in car repair Hastings, Ontario, I'm going to get some results. Now, obviously, none of these people have websites. If they had websites, they would show up over here, but they don't. Nonetheless, they exist online. And that's well and good. If somebody puts in car repair, they're going to find these 3 businesses. Well, what if they don't put in car repair? What if they put in auto repair? Well, suddenly Mr. Lynch drops out of view, and Carline Auto Repair Service shows up. Lynch's Auto Repair or Auto Body didn't have the appropriate words, then they're not going to get found. What about if somebody puts in vehicle repair? Well, now Carline disappears and Havelock Truck and Auto Repair shows up. That's lucky for Doug and for Jamie here, who have shown up in all 3 of these things. But what if I'm new in town and I have a pickup truck, and for whatever reason I put in truck repair Hastings? Well, guess what? Jamie and Doug disappear. And if I'm looking for some place to get fixed, I'm going to go to one of these places. If I'm living south of town, maybe I'm going to come down here. If I'm living north of town, maybe I've never gotten all the way downtown to find out that Jamie's tucked around a corner with his car repair shop. I might go straight to Norwood to get my pickup truck looked after. So it's critically important what words you use when you're describing your business, and if in fact you have taken no positive steps to make sure that your business is described properly online because you didn't even realize you were listed with yellow pages online, then you're missing some significant potential income. So you want to know what keywords people use when they go looking online. Where do they go? Do they go to Google? Do they go to a directory? How they go looking? And are there other terms, main terms they use? And are there related terms that they're going to use? you need to incorporate all of those things in your online listings. And speaking of online listings, well, this is what we're talking about. We're talking about directories. We're talking about things like Google+. You may not know it, but Google has probably already listed your business on what they call their Google for Business pages. They're providing information there about your hours of work, about what your business is in and what category you're in. But guess what? They might not have that information correctly. They're just taking it from other sources online, like Yellow Pages. As well, you can be listed in Google Plus on 2 or 3 different categories. So you could be listed under car repair, auto body repair, and truck repair, and show up where you're supposed to show up. In the section of the training that I'm delivering, and this is a full 45 minutes, I'm going to talk about directories, what directories do exist online, which ones are important, what your listings have to look like, how to make sure that you've optimized it, also what your listing can look like that is completely wrong. I had a client who was listed on several directories online, but all it did was keep him from being shown when somebody searched for his business on Google, because Google didn't like the way he was listed online. As a matter of fact, he had 3 different phone numbers, an original cell phone number that he'd used, a home number that he'd used, and then when he finally had a brick and mortar building, a direct line phone number that he used. And guess what? Google got very confused when it saw 3 different phone numbers, so it didn't list him at all. So it's important how you're listed and how you show up online. Now, I want to point out something else that's just happened in the last 6 months. In the few years ago, or anything more than 6 months ago, this is how things used to show up when somebody did a search on Google. In this case, this was a search example of a search for family dentistry in Campbellford, and this is what we call the 7-pack, right? Google listed 7 results, put little letters with them, and then popped these little identifiers over on the map that showed the 7 businesses. Down here, this is organic results, but the 7-pack always came up at the top. So if you were one of these 7 businesses, you were quite happy, because that puts you on the first page of Google and usually in the top half of the monitor screen. Google changed all that. Now they've gotten to it's a 3-pack. In this case, they're only showing 2 dentists. So the other 7 dentists that used to be shown are completely gone. You have to click on, you don't even get an option. Google only recognizes 2 dentists in Campbellford right now. So if you're near Campbellford, you're not getting listed, you're not going to get shown, and you're out of luck. Even if Google showed the maximum, it would only be 3. So more than half of the listings that used to show up, more than half of these people that showed up before July now no longer show up. That's going to have a huge impact on their business, let alone what a bridge closure might have. Now, I used the example of Campbellford because I had the images from several years ago. I don't have that for everything, and you can't get them anymore. Those are some of the things I'm going to be covering in the workshop: mastering keywords, online directories, including Google Plus directory for your business, and why it's important. Something else I wanted to mention while I'm here: if you go to, let's see, here we are. I've got an example, a further example of the kind of keywords and the impact they can have online at YouTube. If you go on YouTube and in the search bar up here, you type in online marketing workshop for bridge closure or online marketing workshop Hastings, you're going to get this video. And what this video shows is that as far as Google is concerned, if you do a search for Hastings, Ontario accommodations, catering, truck repair, real estate lawyer, snow removal, yard work, plumbers, home renovations, carpenters, roofers, or landscaping, you're not going to show up because Google doesn't believe any of those things are here. You and I know that they are in the Hastings area, but because they're not listed online appropriately, Google returns a great big fat 0 when you go looking for Hastings businesses. It's important that you get listed properly online. I think it's important that you come to this workshop because I'm going to tell you how to make sure you can get listed online, and over the next 4.5 to 5 months, when the bridge closure starts and persists till the middle of May. That's going to have a huge impact on a lot of people's businesses. Here's the information. You can go to my website, bootstraplocalmarketing.com, and get far more information on the closure and what's exactly involved in the training we're going to be doing. Look at it. You can just call me, 778-5150, or send me an email and to let me know that you're coming. If there's not enough interest, there'd be no point in running the workshops. Really, this is good stuff. It's well worth the money. I think it's important for you to come. Okay? Paul Stevens, Bootstrap Local Marketing. Thanks a lot for watching.